In final year, when I was supposed to do all the quota, we had a lot of deficiency of patients in the college. So I organized my first dental camp also when I was in final year. And that's something I would like to recommend all the local types. If you can, try to organize a camp. Go to all the villages you can. Go to any factories. There are so many factories out there. Just try to organize a camp. Because let me tell you one thing. Dentistry is all about practical. It is not theoretical like MBBS. You need to have lots of hands-on to become a good dentist. And our college is blessed to have such an amazing department, which is community dentistry, with such an amazing dental man, which so many other colleges don't have. So that's one thing I would like to highlight at this point, that all the localites should make an effort to go and organize camp, because it's not about fulfilling the quota. It's absolutely not. It is about getting your hand skills very well, right? During the course of first year to final year, I managed to get some gold medals here and the internship. I became president. I became organized more camps. I graduated with God's grace and all the. Hello. Is it fine? Can you hear me? Okay. The teachers were kind enough to appoint me as the best graduating award. So everything was aligned very well. Right? And all through those years, I knew how to do DDS. I graduated on 30th June 2016. That was the last day of my internship. 19th of July, I took flight to Chicago to my uncle, and 17th August I gave my partner. I was like, let's go fast. I cleared one. Because in my mind, you give exam, apply for USA, visa, it's done. I tried to do partner in a very short period of time, and I failed by just 2 months. I got 73, not 75. That was probably the first set that I got, and that's something about feeling. I came back to India. I started again. Within 2 months, I went back to States, gave an exam. And I came back for convocation, and everybody was like, yes, you cleared part 2. You have such an amazing resume. You're going to get admission like that. That's what it was about. That's exactly what was in my mind. Because my resume is good. I've got medals, I've done research, I've been to conferences, I've got like everything, dental camps, to be said. So every year in the March, the application cycle starts. Every year. This is standard for US. So I applied for all the exams, applied for all the courses. And I came in April and I asked for baby, can I work here for 2 months as a demonstrator in the military industry? Because probably by July I get admission. I was like, okay, fair enough. You can work as a demonstrator in the military industry. Something clear to me is that, you know what, the Canada extension was 6 months. And I'll tell you what my mindset was during that time. After applying for these all US exams, literally I'm not kidding, every single day, my first thing used to be to check my email. Because I was under the impression everything is like spot on, like I should get an invitation like that. But nothing happened. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Today I'm standing up for 7 years. I finally got admission. And starting the course in July. But going back, I worked in this college as a demonstrator in community dentistry, and I'm telling you, that was one of the best experiences of my entire life. I'm telling you. I tried to approach each and every factory that I could. The community department was kind enough to give me that free will to just, talk to all the factory workers, and we had so many camps. We used to work for 7 to 8, 10 hours a day, easy. We did all kind of extractions, scalings. Extraction, we're talking about 8 saws, 6, 7, 8. And you have an amazing staff. Maniji, she worked with my dad in 93, and he worked here as a demonstrator, and I worked with her. So, you've got an amazing staff. I'm telling you, you should take the best of it. During that time, I worked with my dad also, and he worked here. And again, I'm telling you, the reason I'm highlighting again on dental work is, practical work is because that's all you want in dentistry. Nobody's going to ask you how much scores you got. I don't even remember how much I scored. Nobody will ask you. The true test begins when the patient sitting on the chair and you have a scalpel in your hand. And they look at class 2, class 1, make an incision. It's been 7 years, nobody has even ever asked me how much I scored in first year, second year, third year, fourth year. Nobody cares. It's very, very rare people will ask you where you graduate from. Nobody will ask you. But people are going to see how you treat the patient. And I'm telling you, this college is blessed with such an amazing faculty, amazing seniors, and amazing staff, amazing housekeeping staff. Respect each one of them. Because I'm telling you, there is so much to learn from so many people how to talk to patients. You should see assistants how they're assisting dentists. Because let me tell you, dentistry is not a one-man show. No matter how perfect dentist you are, how perfect cavity you can cut, it is not one-man show. You need to have a good assistant with good assistive skills to assist you during the entire procedure. And this college is blessed with one of the best assistants here, best housekeeping staff. I came here after 5 years, and I am so surprised by the dedication of the entire staff. They're still there with the same smile on the face, our lab techs, our lab technicians, every single person. We are nobody without a backend. The website will not do nothing without a good coding source. That's something I want you to understand. You should respect the senior. There was my senior. There were so many good seniors here that they have shaped me the person I am today. It is again telling you, it's not about the journey. It is about the person you want to become 10 years from now. That is the first takeaway I want you to take. Respect everybody and be a good observer. Because as a dentist, when the patient opens the mouth, you should not only focus at one class 2 cavity, but you should see the entire whole cavity in general, because it could be so many pathological changes, which will tell you about what's going on in the medical health of the patient. So there's so many factors you have to see, but for that you have to be able to observe, right? So do that. Nevertheless, that was an amazing time. I did so many cabs, 6, 7, 8 extractions, every single thing. You can do anything, and that's why. Because I'm telling you, when you go abroad, there is so many legal issues, you cannot do as many patients as you can. And I'm telling you, I've heard stories that in abroad, there are certain dentists, because from whatever skills they have got, because of the dearth of patients, it takes them time to take out extraction fees, to do certain procedures. But when you talk about our graduates, they do like that. And I'll tell you one thing, if you can hone your skills of extraction, scaling, restoration in the camps, that is the best thing you can do in the world. Because just imagine, you're not taking any X-rays, any daily camps, but you have learned the skill how to take that without getting it. And this can happen only in India. This cannot happen in abroad. You need to have 10 papers signed before anything happens. You need to have 10 X-rays signed before you can do anything. So I'm trying to emphasize on this part. When you are in the department, oral surgery department, conservative department, do that. I'll tell you what, I started my journey in 2011. I do remember good times that I had with my friends. And I'm not telling you not to enjoy college life, because you're going to miss this college life. Because life changes drastically the moment you step out of this college. But I'm telling you, to utilize all the resources you have right now. Because once you graduate, there's no coming back. You cannot add anything onto your resume, and you cannot add anything to your different skills. And then you will understand the importance of this history. And I'm telling you, it's going to help you a lot. Okay? Anyways, after 2 years, I applied because I was getting admission in USA. I thought it's what I can. So I applied for a PR, I applied for and within a few months I got my PR, because in 2019 the scoring was not that. So I got a PR. Keeping in mind, if I go to Canada, it's closer to USA, I get admission. It's been 5 years I'm coming out from Canada. Anyways, the first thing you have to understand is that's exactly what I thought in my mind when I was at the airport, that Yajur will not make this step. The moment you step onto the plane, board the plane, the moment you land in Canada, you're not dentist. Because you have to survive. That is the first mindset you have to have when you are thinking about it. You will be doing blue collar jobs. Anyways, I go to my job at 10 months. The next 10 15 days. I worked at 10 hotels for few months, and again that was an amazing time for me. Why I'm saying amazing? Because it was short lived. I worked there for 6-7 months. Anything excess of everything is bad. But again, in 10 months, I loaded trucks, I mopped floors, cleaned the floors, I served, drive through every single thing, clean the windows. And that's exactly what we do. And again, I'm taking you my journey just to give you, it's just a drop in the ocean what people are experiencing there. And I was lucky to have a PR before going with Canada. Because if I don't have a PR, it's a different journey. You go on a student visa, work permit, PR, it's a whole another ballgame. During that 5 months of working at months, every single day when I used to get day off, I used to go around the city, drop my resumes at all dental clinics. Because I was in the mindset that I need to be in a dental environment. Because I want to be a dentist one day. See, it's very easy to make money in this. You may be able to travel, you can do this, you can do that, anything. You can make lots and lots of money. But if you're focused that you want to be a dentist, you have to cut down on all those things and focus on what you want. So, I'm talking about a place certainly in which the temperature drops to feel like minus 30, minus 35. I'm not kidding. Minus 30 means actually minus 30. So during that time, I used to go drop the resumes. And one thing that I did, I was in the community department, was I like taking lots of pictures, selfies, feeds, and all that stuff. Just capturing memories. So before I left India, I got all the pictures printed that I took during my community department time, like me with the van, stamping the patients. So when I was going dropping all the resumes, I had an album with me, all the pictures, all the resumes. And all I used to request the dentist was, can you just have me for just a few days? I just want to have observation. Nothing. No response. September, October, November, nothing. And you reach that mindset, you reach that level, then nothing is working out for you. You're not getting calls, you're getting rejections again and again, again and again. You have a resume, you've got every single thing in your mind. Nothing is working out. You want a all-star in college, every single thing, nothing works. Okay. Finally, you got a call from one dental office. That was not the market office. And let's pause it here. I'm going to take you back a few years back, during my third year. I'm telling you why, because everything is happening for a reason. And it is not with me, it's going to happen with you as well. And I'm going to tell you how I took those phases in my life in a positive way that shaped me into the person I am today. That's exactly what I want you to understand. That whatever is happening right now, it's going to make sense one day. So when I was in third year, I got my orthodontic post and I was not good enough. The first thing we had to do was make U-B class. U-B, circle, straight in the wires. I used to go, what stuff is this? Who straightened the wire? I didn't understand this. Finally, we had a posting, orthodontic posting. We had a Dr. Steve. He was an amazing teacher. He changed my course in orthodontic practice. So we had a very small desk behind his chair. One day he told me to make C class for our first year 4 boys. And I worked out. He said, Yajur, tomorrow I want to do class. Tomorrow. Okay. So I went back home, tried to make new class, did not work out. The next day he's like, go and stand there for 4 hours. That was Saturday. You will not touch the instrument at all. He punished me. He's like, you cannot sit, you cannot touch any instrument, just keep standing there. And he kept staring there for the entire 4 hours. I said, really bad. Seriously. That's really disappointing. So I went back home, and I over the entire week, I made 2 classes. So good. When I showed him on Monday, he's like, oh, wow, perfect. He said, I teach all of the hands class. And I go, so you got to do the hands class. Because it's a pretty class, right? You know how all the interns are, right? So that was the last week of posting. So I tried to make an attendance class, did not work out. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I made probably 33 attendance class. And I was to that point, I want to get this attendance class completed before I leave this post. I want to get it done. So Saturday when I posted, I showed him attendance class. Next day, he threw it away, like me another. So I went back and cleaned it. I was surprised to see, oh, that's pretty good. He threw all the biomechanics, every single thing I was put to bed. Now coming back to Saturday, I reached there, I applied to so many medical offices, right? Nothing was working. Finally, I got a call from my orthodontic office. That was the first orthodontic office that I saw when I stepped outside that bus station. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. It's a very big office, blue white orthodontic office. But in my mind, I was like, what will I do? I'm just a PDS. Like, anyways, I got a call. He's like, can you come tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I wrap up my shift, I come back, shower, went to the meeting. And he was like, you know, this post is for dental assistant. I'm like, yes, sir. But he's like, you know, dental assistant. I'm like, yes, sir, I'm just a dentist. But I've worked with dental assistants throughout my life in the past 5, 6, 7 years. I know how to assist. Just give me a few days, just give me one chance. He's contacting me again. And I'm talking about this practice which is 30 years old. I'm 93 born. That practice was established in 93. So he's like a very old dentist, orthodontic practice, well said. Okay? And he's looking at me. He's like, oh my god, is this you? Is this you? Is this community one? They are like blown away. I tell him one thing, sir, can you just let me work here for just 4 days? If you don't like the job, I'll work on it. Just 4 days, please. Just 4 days. He said, you know what? Okay. I was going to see you join. I'm like, no. He's like, okay. He calls me next day. He's like, okay, come on. For the next 3 months, that was 2019, I'm talking about December, January, February, I worked for 2 days informatics, 5 days dental assistant. And when you work as dental assistant, you have to forget your dentist. I'm telling you, okay, you have to forget your dentist. Because you are assisting the hygienist, you're working with assistants who are like 10 years under you or 7 years under you. You're cleaning the chairs, you are cleaning the sterilization, cleaning sterilization. Sometimes you have to mop the floor if needed. Just have to forget who you are. Okay? So if you can do that, coming back to that mindset, that is the way to go. Anyways, that was an again reason to March COVID hit. Everything locked down, shut down. Okay? One called me, like, can you come and clean the office? Like one particular room, can you just sort it out and help with some admin stuff? For sure, sir. So I go back. I start doing admin stuff. I start entering email addresses. And somehow the topic started about the website. So I'm like, sir, if you want to make a website, I just had a small knowledge in 2004. That's all I had knowledge. But I was always good at computers, right? And the reason I'm telling you about website is each one of you has a hidden talent. Each one of you has a hidden talent. Dentistry is not the goal. Everybody has a hidden talent. But anyways, it's like, can you make it? Yeah, let me do it. So I make a website, it was blown away. Oh my god, that's amazing. Second thing that I noticed in that practice was there were a lot of papers. They're getting medical history form, getting those paper based. So I'm like, can you do it paper based? I'm like, yeah, for sure, it's doing it. So I digitized that practice from paper to paper based. Fast forward, I thought, let's start printing the models because we were taking a lot of impressions. In the orthodontic office, we have to take a lot of impressions for retainers and this. I'm like, can we do 3D printing? Okay, let's try. He gave me an email. I got a very small printer from Amazon, very small one. It took me around a week and a half to get the first print because of so many failed prints. I'm like, it's amazing. So I ordered. We now fast forward a few months down the lane, we digitized the entire practice from paper to paperless, no stone, no impression, nothing. And our office became probably one of the first offices in Northern Ontario in 2020 to go completely digital. When that happened, there are a few dentists got to lose this friend. They approached me, can you make that office digitalized? So I did. All that stuff kept happening. And the reason why it happened so meticulously was because of the foundation I'm talking about. That was being laid when I was a kid. I used to mess up computers all the time. My parents used to very fixed. But during that time, I used to understand what to do, what not to do. That led me to a place across the continents in a place that helped me sustain when I was getting admission in the college. I stayed in that practice for 5 years approximately. During that time, it was a very different journey. But that's one thing that help me sustain that turbulent time. Because, like I told you, if the pathway is clear, if your destination is clear, you will go through tunnels so many times. You will. When it is complete darkness, you have no idea what's going to happen. Your car will break down, no matter what. Because right now, the beauty of this college is the beauty of a graduate course, is the beauty of a course is that you are clear. Next year I go to second year, next year I go to third year, final year, internship, you know. But just imagine where I'm coming from. The moment you graduate, you don't know what's next. My dad is a dentist, my dad is a dentist in Chicago, and my uncle was that baby was telling me they were offering me to be a so like I'm telling you, I had so many options. Read out. But I had to pick one. For so many reasons, right? I had to pick one. And I stuck to that. So many things happened finally when the interview came. I told to the interviewer to finally admission. And I'm not kidding you, I tried all kind of things. I've probably got 150 or 200 rejection emails in the past 7 years that will break you down to the level that you will not understand. The reason I'm telling you this is because no one told me this when I was at your point. No one told the journey. Because we used to think our seniors got DDS. Oh, his dad is a dentist. Oh, his wife's a second. He's got a piece. No, nobody told me this point. I used to wonder something that told me 7 years ago. This is how the journey could end up being. Maybe I would have stayed here. Because in the first 2-3 years, I did my NEET exams also. I did that also. I was like, no. I would need this. So, the reason I'm telling you all this is, before I jump what to do, what not to do, is to make you understand that life is going to be tough the moment you step out of this college. But it will be easy to your mind if your destination is fixed. It does not matter you do DDS, it does not matter you do DDS, BDS, anything. Let me tell you one thing that I learned over 7 years. I used to be very upset because nothing's working out. But I understood one thing, dentistry is not life. Dentistry is just a part of your life. Understand that part. So whatever decisions you take will take you to the place that you are meant to be. Life is not set outside, life is not set here also. It's just a process. So I hope I have told you just a nutshell because this is not only my story. When you go to interviews or you want to talk to people, then you understand everybody has their own journey. Everybody. But this journey nobody tells on social media. This journey is not laid out when you talk to people. In everybody's mind, it's easy. Now just imagine I'm telling you why all the awards that even if you're getting all the awards. In my mind I was like, say enough. Sit there and 7 years ago. It does not matter if you get somebody also. It does not matter if you come last in the line. It does not matter at all. It is not nice. Everybody gets it. There are so many of my acquaintances who got somebody. But they became BDS. They became MBS. They're happy. They're happy. They're getting medals, getting all these things is just a part of your life. And I'm telling you, failure is very important in your life. If at point of time you're not getting good scores, quota is not getting good fit, it's nothing to worry. The main thing you have to focus is to get your techniques, practical skills worked out. Okay? So I hope it's not worrying. Everybody's doing well. So I'll tell you one thing, life is all about jigsaw puzzles. Say this seminar is one of very casual. I'm going to tell you different things that I learned. Again, I'm giving you tools for your learning. Okay? This is all about jigsaw puzzle. Everything will make sense to you 10 years from now. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you for a reason. Because when you're abroad, probably meet so many people, right? Everybody is happy until you spend 10 minutes with them. Spend 10 minutes and understand how sad they are. But another thing, you will understand wherever they are meant to be there. Because everything is happening for a reason. When you are in this stage, everything seems kind of sorted out. Once you step out, life is not like that. You stop puzzling all over the place. All over the place. Dentistry is just one segment of your life, professional segment. There are so many wheels that are turning at the same point of time. It's just one jigsaw puzzle. But at the end, what matters is, you see, 3D. That's one thing I told my juniors when I went my first year. Remember these 3D. This is one thing that I've learned over the past 7 years. Patience, persistence, and perseverance. That's all you want. In anything. I had no idea how to make a website, good website, but I tried. I had no idea how to get a first print, but I tried. I had no idea how to get a job, right? And it is not about being patient. It is about the attitude that you have when you have patience. The attitude matters a lot. Not to be patient, is patient. But if you're grumpy all the time, shouting at other people because your life is not sorted, you call patient. No, it's not right. So you have a very optimistic mindset because see, once you are driving down Delhi, there are so many things happening down the road. But you're still patient, right? Because you know at the back of the mind, you will reach Delhi. If not 6 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. You have faith on Google Map. So once your destination is fixed, you have to have faith in God, in the universe, in Almighty, or whoever you consider. Because He is navigating you to the right direction. If you took a detour here, it's because for a reason. When I was at your point, I did question this so many times that nothing is making sense. But I'm telling you today, trust me, take this as a life lesson, everything will settle. Don't get anxious. It is not about good decision, bad decision. It's all about informed decision. See, in retrospect, everything seems, I should have done this, I should have done that. But people forget what were your mind state on that particular time. What were your circumstances at that particular time? You forget about that. For a third umpire, he is like he's out, he's not out. But the batsman knows, right? What was the speed of the ball? What mindset he was? Why he got out? Nobody knows that. He just knew. For the entire world of mind, he could have, full toss, that's one. Easy, right? That person is. So as long as you know what you're doing, that's what matters. Because again, even the best players will get out on that. No matter how skilled you are. Just make sure one thing, whatever decision you make today about whether to do DDS, MDS, videos, just put it down on a paper, send an email to yourself. That will stay in your record why you took this decision. Because 5 years down the line, when you start questioning things are not working out, you should exactly know why you took this decision to begin with. That will give you some hope that this was the reason why I did. And again, make an informed decision. That's what we are doing. I'm going to tell you some facts and figures that will help you to question yourself. And then eventually take off. So, like I told, failure is very important because it will shape you, your person to be. And ECG has to protect that, ups and downs. There's no ECG, you're dead person. So if failure happens, bounce back. It's all about how far you can go, when you're stretching, go and arrow, go to the far, I'm telling you, past the next journey, in the professional journey, or any other segment, you're going to be rock bottom. You will be rock bottom. But remember one thing, very carefully. The day you get rock bottom in any factor, in any phase of your life, you should be happy. Why? Because you can't go below that. Only if it goes up. And the space shuttle takes off up, the counter begins from 10, 9. It has to drop down to 1. And I'm telling you for a reason because you have to be ready for this. I'm just desensitizing you. This will happen because I'm not talking just about my journey. 7 years I've spoken to so many batsmen, seniors, juniors. Everybody will have their own struggle. Everybody's going to go through a struggle. Every single person of you will have their own journey. But as long as you're ready, that's what matters. Because when you're going to give injection to the patient, what do you say? Tell me, what's the look like? What's the look? You tell the situation. That is desensitization. You're doing that for a reason. Because if you don't do that, the patient will know what's going on. So what we learn during the course, you understand afterwards why it is important. That's why we will just desensitize you. This is what's going to happen. Just to make you prepare. Okay? So, I told you that final test is when the patient is in front of you. That is the main thing. So when I was in college, and I never had a competitive mindset. I was like, you do what, you do what, you do what. And there is something called. Final year, my extraction patient, I tried to organize camp. It would be beautiful. But I didn't have a patient for myself, and I was had such things. I was like, you do, every day. But humor part, the reason I'm telling you this is, have a healthy competition with the batch. Help others. Help others. You should make sure that each one of you do at least 10 instructions. Just tell me one thing. Tomorrow when you have a class 1 cavity, class 2 cavity instruction, you do on your own. You say, oh, I didn't know I was failing. You do that. The only thing you can do on your own is take a scan. That's all. Taking a scan is easy. But can you do anything on your own? Nothing. Not even taking active depression. Why do you have a competition? Why? What's the point? I don't even remember how it just goes. Nothing matters. Just have a healthy competition between yourself. Make sure everybody is practically there in there. Because like I told you, it does not matter you are somebody gold medalist, university topper. See, 7 years happened now. Just imagine 7 years times 365 times the minutes times seconds have been. With that stress, nothing is working out, nothing is working out. Standing here smiling, worked out. So make sure that you have a healthy competition. Organize camps. And when you are in internship, do patience. Because I'm telling you, no matter how good you have scored, it's all about skills. If you can extract a tooth in 1 minute, you have solved the patient. The practice is not a finish. But if you spend 50 minutes, you think you can get a patient. Alright, so all those things I want to tell you is, this is the true test that I want you to think of. Because when you're in college, you have a big back support. Your seniors, teachers, anything goes wrong, they're not assist you, they're not helping you. But just imagine you're alone out there. And what? At the end of the day, are you becoming a dentist? You're becoming a dentist for a reason. Right? So you need to have good dental skills. So don't have a competition. Do not. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you not to score well. Again, at the same time, don't think about quota. It is not quota you're doing. Quota is just a means for the university to tell, okay, you're certified to be a dentist. But do you think you can open a practice with just 2 extractions, 3 extractions, 4 extractions? No. No. Can you imagine doing that? No. Do you think patients will talk to you? No. Nothing's going to happen. And do you think you can do this when you go to the West? No. Because there are so many legal factors there that no, you cannot do it. But if you do it today in this college, you will understand this value 10 years down the line. When you will be doing all those things. And the patient will open the mouth and say, oh, this is the methodology. Oh, see this instruction. It's easy. If you can do that, can you imagine where you have gone? Alright, so what's the next level? Again, I told you, it's all about destination and faith. Once your destination is fixed, what you want to do, the next thing you need to have is faith. And who is the faith? Who is the driver? Oh my God. Everything's fine. Just take a taxi because I'm telling you, I used to question that am I being right? Will I read somewhere? Find it happen now. And I'm telling you one thing. I've spoken to so many people, whoever tries anything, eventually you reach that point. But you need to have that destination fixed. Because if you're double-minded, you're not giving justice to anything. Okay? And if it is not meant to be, it will come your way. So just have the clarity. The next big question is, so you stayed in Canada for 5 years. And you moved to USA. This makes sense to me. Right? There's a lot of questions going on. Canada, USA, Canada, USA. So now I'm going to talk about Canada, USA, and I'm going to make you ask some questions to yourself to understand what you do, whether you do it or not. So, this is the basic difference point of US and Canada. To begin with exam. US, there's only one exam. It's very easy to crack. Like I told you, I did not study for the entire internship. studied, we cleared exams, it's put to bed. And the best part is there is no scoring. It just passes. You just have to get 75 plus, you're sorted. But in Canada, there are 4 exams. There are 3 theoretical and 1 practical. And now they've introduced 8 advanced. So you need to be very theoretically sound to do that and very practically equipped to clear that exam. Because it can take you years to clear that. When people are in India, people in the West, you know what, you just study 4 exams, you become dentist right away. No, that's not how it works. It is very difficult to clear the exam to begin with. I'm not telling you, I did not give the exam because I always wanted to go to USA for my personal reasons. And the one thing that I always wanted to go to USA was I wanted to go through the university course. Because even though you become a dentist, there are so many flaws that you need to burnish up. And if you go through the university course, you can burnish up those skills. That's why I wanted to go to that. The second thing, difficulty level. US exam, I'm telling you, if you spend 3 months, 4 months, I'm going to tell you what to do. It's done. It's very easy. It's clear. The struggle begins after waiting time. For Canada, exams are different. The percentile is very less strong. Next part is preparation. You can study for US exam while sitting here. But for Canada, you have to go to Canada. Because there are certain coaching institutes in Canada that everybody advocates to use to go for, otherwise it's difficult to clear the exams. So that is a second differential factor. Frequency of exam, US you can give anytime, anytime you can give in USA or Canada. But Canada exam happens 2 times a year. So just imagine, there are 4 exams. If you don't clear the first exam in first shot, you have to wait 6 months. Does it happen to wait for 6 months? Then you clear 1 exam. You spend how many years? 1 year. Then exam number 2, exam number 3, exam number 4. You're talking about very less percentile. So you need to understand that it is not about just clearing exams. It is about how are you going to sustain yourself when in Canada during the prep course. Because every single day you are in Canada or USA, your expenses, that meter is running. That meter runs. In India, घर पे बैठो पढ़ाई करो वहाँ चाहिए वो चाहिए ये करना है वो करना है लाइफ सेट बट बिकॉज़ लाइफ सेट नहीं है ऐसा चाहिए बिकॉज़ हर लाइफ सेट है बिकॉज़ माय फ्रेंड posted a picture with iPhone my friend posted a picture with this see living really good right they become a dentist oh see where they've gone oh something like that please for example US or Canada so in Canada exam you have to be in Canada and you have to prepare also in Canada because there is very less coaching institutes that you can study online. And there are many schools that you can apply in US. So the options open up big time. But in Canada, they just have 8 or 9 universities, that's it. So just imagine in Canada, even if you clear the first exam, you can apply for, so in Canada there are 2 options, direct and the first is, you can go to DDS. So if it is direct, you have to clear all the 4 exams. But if you have to go through university, you have to clear the first exam, then start applying. Now just imagine one thing. Entire Canada, and all the international students, competing for 8 universities. 8. How many seats? Very handful. Very handful. And you are competing with not only DDS, but MDS, specialists, all across the world, with years and years of experience. You need to be here to be there. But in USA, there are many schools. It depends upon, some people think, like I go to Canada, I want to be here, I get citizenship, and goes to the USA, get admission. No, it does not work like that. They are considering what is your point of study, not where you living. That doesn't define you. They are like, you study from India, they want to think in India, not a Canadian. Canadian is just helping the immigration process. The next part is process commercial English exam, TOEFL. I'm telling you, it's easier to clear US exam than to clear TOEFL. Don't worry. I went TOEFL with the mindset. I used to speaking like English, I can do that. It is tough. TOEFL is tough. It is structured in a way it is tough. And I've seen so many students, so many of my friends US exam, they could not offer you. And I'm telling you, myself, I've given TOEFL so many times. Why? Because every 2 years, school is quiet. Just imagine me, 7 years, every 2 years I'm doing TOEFL exam. I'm so at it now. What man I do it? Okay, so you become used to it. 7 years ago, I went to Jalandhar to give an exam in a cyber cafe. And so today, they have given an option to do it at home. Can you imagine? So you're practicing 7 years ago on your laptop, you go to web cafe and they have like basic sticky and you're typing. And you're like, what's going on? You're sitting in web cafe, you're giving a writing exam, somebody's giving speaking exam, you're listening what they are saying, you're writing what you're writing. It's all complicated. And now, sorted. Even if you're sitting here at your home, you can give your exam. That is one thing, it's going to change everything. TOEFL. And the scores, it's like you have to get the right score. I'm going to tell you certain keys to become used to help you to create TOEFL also. Remember one thing is, every university says 90 plus recommended. That is a very polite way of US people saying. The moment they say recommended, that is a very subtle way of saying, yeah, it's just a formality. Just a recommended. Once the recommended comes, means you have to be there. I tell you why. There's so many universities, they'll say, green card, citizenship, recommended. How do you think they're going to take you international students if they're getting thousands of applications for green card and citizens? Because initially I used to apply to all the schools. Then I realized, why would a school take an international student if they're getting thousands of applications for US citizen and green? Again, I don't know why it took me 7 years. I don't know what finally happened, what finally clicked, that I got admission. But I'm telling you what not my mission, but I'm spoken to so many people. Because in 7 years, I showed my resume to so many pass outs. I'm like, you know what to do. Everything is fine, everything is sorted, everything is fine. So, going back to the point, you will not know what's going to happen. Be prepared. So, TOEFL, I'm going to tell you what to do. Degree model is DDS or DMD, and Canada is direct or degree. Depends what you want. I'm telling you what is the downside of getting a direct exam. Just imagine you are told to clear 4 exams, you can practice as a dentist. And these 4 exams, you have to write 3 theory exams and 1 practical exam. 1 practical exam is sorted. You have to just clear these many class 2 extractions. Class 2 is 1 management, you become a dentist. Do you think you'll be equipped to work as a dentist in a foreign land? With just cutting certain teeth on a diaphragm. It's very different. Rather than you go to a DDS program, study for 2 years, you understand how the system works, you understand how things are done, and then you become a fine dentist. The best part of getting a DDS or DMD from US is that you can practice both in US and Canada. You have options open. But if you go to Canada, you have to get into those 8 schools and then practice only in Canada. And I'm telling you, there are so many of my students, so many of my acquaintances in Canada, they send their own children who have settled there for ages to US to become a dentist. Even my own doctor did not go to US to become a dentist. So that is kind of a preferred path to become a dentist, but again, it's also changing. And practice. So once you become a DDS in USA, I thought initially, once you get DDS from the program, you can practice anywhere in US. No, it's not work like that. Once you become a DDS, there are certain states which will not recognize it. You have to go and study there for probably another year to work as a dentist. So if you have a particular state in your mind that you want to go to, for sure, do a research on that. Are they having a generalized DDS program, or do they want another special program apart from DDS? So do that research. If you're open to that, that's all good. Because then you can plan accordingly, right? Then future immigration. You have to understand that H1B visa or green card. Because the journey begins not after you get into the program. The journey begins after that. Because you're looking at the loan of approximately $100 to $200,000 to maybe $300,000 for 2 years. If you do the math, you're talking crores of rupees. Just imagine, you go to a program, you get into a program, you have a huge loan on your back, already in everything, and you don't know what to do. What if you don't have a H1B visa? What if you don't have a green card? What is the immigration status? Have these questions in your mind. Again, things will span out automatically once you reach that point, but again, you should have a plan B, C, D. What if? There are so many what ifs. Because I'm telling you why. Once I got a PR, I applied for citizenship of Canada, but so I'm telling you one other thing. If you have a citizenship of Canada, you do not need visa to go to USA. You can simply cross the border. But if not, you have to have a visa. And therefore, the first question that she asked me was, what is this degree going to help you? So I told her the visa officer, it's going to help me to work as a dentist in Canada. That gives them surety that this person will come back. And my backup is Canada. So you need to understand, just in case things don't work out, what is your backup? Because they're going to ask you the same question in the visa. So if you're in India, you go for a visa, how will you make them understand that you're not going to come back? Again, all these are hypotheses, speculation, they may not ask, things might be different. But again, I'm telling these stories. Because this is not just my story, there are so many people's stories, I'm just a spokesperson. Okay, and next thing I have to talk about. I'm going to show you how the US exam works. It's very easy. Very easy. Listen to me. The first thing is certificate of eligibility. You can appear for the exam when you are in intern, but it's up to you. For that, you just need to get one sign from the team that you are in doing internship. You can submit to the online to the university, and then they can go get it. You can go and appear for an exam. If not, first and the foremost thing that you can do even today is just open an LinkedIn. And again, I'm going to share all the material that I have with Dr. John, Dr. Nathan, and you can take all the information from them. Okay, everything will be relayed back to them. So LinkedIn is just one small account. Put in your information, create a pin, and that's done. Next thing is PC. Remember this, guys. You have to do course by course evaluation. There are so many evaluations there. Just do course by course evaluation. Once the evaluation is done, they will recognize your degree. They're going to give you a GPA score, which is I got 3.82, and I'm going to tell you again the same thing. If you're getting 60% above, you're going to get +3. Easy. Easy. That's all they want. All the university want just 3+ GPA score. I thought I got 3.82, easy. 7 years. Nothing. What was the point? Nothing. I could have enjoyed it. I could have done certain other things. But anyways, remember, course by course evaluation, that takes a month or so. 3+. Then is registration for NB. Simply register that you have got this new GPA, you can register for that program. Then the payment option, it is just $60 to give an exam. Okay, USA. There are just 500 questions. I'm going to give the material, just study that material in your life. That's all you have to study. There are just 500 questions. It's going to take 2 days. The first is going to be 8 hours, the next is going to take 4 hours. And it's already it's going to eat you up with those questions. So when you're studying right now in the course, don't study just for the sake of studying. You should understand why things are happening this way. I'm going to tell you which subjects to focus on, because there are just few subjects that are going to ask you every single question. So remember that. Do that. And then it is pass and fail. They say 5 attempts, but try to fail in just 1 time. Don't ask him that. That is a big red flag. That's what I've learned. And then result not expire. I'll tell you why. Because after 5th year, I called up that organization and it's been 5 years. Do you think I have to make exam repeat? They said no. Results still stand by. So that is the beauty of this exam. You just have to be one and take a back seat. You keep learning every single day. So I understood, I hope I got understood. You can do all this process very quickly and give the exam. The next part is, this is something I did not know. I wish I knew when I was preparing for DDS. I'm going to show you this thing. This is the CAPIT portal. So CAPIT portal is something where you apply, you put down all the information, and all the information gets relayed to all the universities. I applied this, mostly all the students apply to this portal once their exam is clear and then what TOEFL score. Because otherwise they consider it as a reapplicant. It's always nice to be in your applicant and apply on it. This is exactly how the CAPIT portal looks like. It opens every March. I'm going to show you a glimpse, the detail of all these things. Make sure you work on all these factors because it's going to help you a lot. Because then your application will be very good solid. Okay? This is what it looks like. Personal information is very easy, you just have to enter. demographic details and everything. The next part is this is easy. The next part is academics. They're going to ask you college attended and details, your good Indian exams, standardized test. There's one thing they added here, which is the third part, previous application and attendance. So look what they're asking for. They're asking for have you applied to US dental school? You will get it or not. The second thing they're asking you is have you ever applied to US dental program prior to present application cycle? Dental programs include internship, externship, certificates, residencies, preceptorship, or other dental related programs. This is something I wish I would have done. I wish I could preserve it. So if you're actually planning to do DDS, think on the second point. Because they're asking you for a reason. They're asking you for a reason whether you want to do externship, certificates in dental in USA. Maybe I should have stayed back after clearing the exam. Maybe I could have done some preceptorships. So think on all those factors. Because if you do that, your application will get really good flags. The next part is have you ever matriculated in a health profession program in the United States or Canada? Programs include degrees such as bachelor's, master's, doctorates, as well as non-degree programs such as certificates, externship, and residencies. Because there were so many of my seniors, they became MPH and all this different kind of stuff, and it helped them a long way. So I'm telling you, if you plan, if I were you at this stage, I would give exams right away, and then maybe focus on these two aspects. Because you don't understand this until you have logged into capital. And then you want to spend maybe around 3 years or more. So think on this segment also. If you want to do it, do that because they're asking for a reason. Okay? Second part is supporting information. They can ask you all the evaluations, experiences, achievements, licenses, and I'm telling you, this track has remained constant for the past 7 years. They do not change this. It's going to stay probably like this for the next few years also. Two things I want to highlight. They ask you about experiences, all this stuff, and this is all the experiences they're going to ask you for. It is dental related, employment, all these things. There's some subcategories. So if you have at least one experience in each category, your application is very solid. So have this thing in mind because the next question I ask you is just this thing: organization details, supervisor details, dates, approximate hours description. So if you have these categories in your mind, you plan your resume according to this way, your application is very solid. Otherwise, I could handle only just a few of them. Okay? And you see research, that's something they want to really have. They want research. They want to see accurate research. And I'm so happy to see that our college is doing so well in research, ACM, journals. There's so many things that are happening which were not so active when I was a student. This is something that you should do. Because I'm telling you, when you're going to fill this application, if you have just a handful of researchers, then you think, I wish I could have done this, then you have that support here. You have got an amazing mentor, say Dr. Neville, Dr. Joe, and there's so many other faculty here who can help you while you're in there. So why don't you do that? Because after that what happens is, when you start calling your seniors, I'm like, can you have your name? Can you have your name? It's too late. Because the cabinet will ask you, you're just applying today, how come your name is today or this year? What were you doing before? And Indians are known for kind of jugaad. They know, this knows all that. So if you have journals in really good articles, like British Journal, all this stuff, can you imagine the application? And the beauty of this institution is that you have the resources right at your. So I'm telling you, do that. Okay? Achievements. They're going to ask you about this thing: awards, publication, presentation. You can see what they're asking: publications. They're going to ask your name of presenting organization, issue date, and description. So just imagine in one capital portal, they're going to ask you 2 times in a very subtle way. What is research and what is a publication? What are the conferences, presentations, awards? Very subtle way. This is not subtle. This is something that's going to make you stand out in the application. This is the best way to do it because you have got good guidance, good back support here. Because I truly want, if you really want to go to do DDS or even or personally want, if I were you, give the exams right after internship, have a good resume with all these things in mind. Apply the exam. If you want, you can go to preceptorship and then apply for the program. And then maybe within 2 years, you will get into this program. Next part is evaluations. I used to think that the LORs, evaluations, LO, letter of recommendations, I got so many copies of LORs made from different teachers, and they are still sealed with me right now. I never use them. Why? Because the letter of recommendations are always offline. You are never going to post your LORs. Never. This is something I want you to understand. Every year, they allow me 3 LORs, letter of recommendations. One LOR has to go through D. Every day. They need one LOR from the dean of the organization, which is Dr. Lee. He's going to send you an LOR. You just have to send a request, please upload the LOR. Now, there are just 2 LORs left. You cannot add more than 3. Just 2 LORs left. What I would recommend, again, it's all subjective. At least have one LOR from any organization, let's say dental practice in India, that shows that you have worked as a dentist after internship. And maybe you can have one LOR from West, US, Canada, that you have worked as a dental office. That shows them that this person is well equipped with 2 environments. But again, it's all subjective. It's all my speculation. It all goes up to you. But I want to tell you one thing, there's just 3 LORs. Because I did not know this. I got so many LORs from different places, from camps, this and that, whatnot. Keeping in mind, maybe you're going to use it nothing. Everything is filed in my application. So keep that in mind, 3 LORs. Okay. The last step is program reviews. So once you fill out your application, this is what happens next. You start selecting your programs. Now there are so many programs, and now what you have done is, I was checking yesterday, that Capit has done a very wonderful thing. You go to Capit today, and I feel the preparation starts today if you want to go for DDS. Check every school, check their requirements, what are they looking for. There are so many schools who want just citizenship. There's certain schools who want only green card. Filter those out, make a list, and then go from there. This is the pricing I'm not taking. Every college has their own supplementary application. Okay. The first program, Capit fees is $264. I'm telling you this because US exam is a big financial investment. I couldn't have done all of this without my family support. Because you don't have much savings. You don't have any savings limits. You need to have a good family support. And I was blessed to have an amazing family support now 7 years. Because on average, you're spending approximately $5,000 to $6,000 just for applications. So you can imagine how much money you spend just for rejection letters. The reason I'm telling you all this is because you need to be prepared for this. You need to have surety that you need all this financial planning. So this is the calculation you need to understand. The first program that you submit is $264. Moving forward, every program is $150. Just do the maths. The money doesn't end here. This is just for the program to submit through Capit. Once you submit it, the program will contact you. They'll say, okay, we have received your application, now you have to pay our university fees to process your application. That's a different application. You have to fulfill different criteria. So you're going to pay approximately 2 times. Okay. Then is supplementary questions. Now there are certain universities who need bench tests, certain universities who need bench tests. It varies. Again, make a list for that. Okay. And there are additional tests where you check capability and aspect opinions. This is Canada. You do a potential validation. You submit your documents, they'll validate your degree in 15 weeks and they'll tell you, okay, you're good to go. Go ahead. Then it is AFK, ECJ, NTEC, which is the practical exam, OSCE, which is a theoretical exam, certified, you pass, fail, you come, results don't expire, you become a dentist. Sounds very easy. Just 4 exams, right? You become a dentist. It's not easy. You have only 3 attempts in each. Unfortunately, I've seen few of my friends when I was in Canada. They could not even clear AFK, and they're very smart. But for whatever reason, there's so many students who don't end up clearing AFK exam. So just imagine somebody spent 2-3 years, maybe 2 years, trying to clear AFK exams, they did not clear exams. The Canada door is closed forever. It's done. You've already spent 2-3 years, what next? You understand the point? It It looks very easy. That's what is advocated. Oh, just for exams, you become a dentist. No, nobody tells you what's the ground reality. How many people are applying? What is it? You have to be Canada. Canada is a very, no, not in Canada. Abroad is expensive place to live. You're studying for 6 months. Are you prepared to have good financial backing? I don't know much about Canada. I'm going to show you one thing. This is what is shown there. This is shown in the NDB program on the independent exam. This is the ideal situation. Where like you clear exam in August 2023, May 2024, you clear this exam, in 2 years you become a dentist. But again, it's not as easy as it sounds. Practical exam is very tough. They're gonna look for the idealistic cavities possible. Idealistic cavities. I've been through a few bench test examinations. I've understood one thing, that as a dentist, everybody has their own perception. If you show me your cavity, I'll say it's good. If you show me your cavity, he will say, you know what, this shoulder is not good. So your destiny is somebody's hand. It's not human hand. So that is something you have to be careful of. You have to come up with such an idealistic cavity that you can't even imagine. And if you're actually planning to go abroad, the preparation begins today. It does not happen overnight. I did not know this. I had no idea about this. Because I'm not talking about practical exams of Canada, but for US as well. We're talking about bench tests. There are certain universities, they want you to cut. There was one university, 5 hours they give you. You have to cut class DFM from here, the molar, class 2 cavity, front, and there are 5 different things you have to do in 5 hours. That ideal plan. We take all this for granted when we're in college. But क्या exam में है ये है वो सर marks नहीं दे रहे हैं. So many questions keep asking. You don't do it. You just do it. Just खत्म करो यार. But I'm telling you, when I was in Sudbury, I was so kind and so blessed to have my faculty, Dr. Ashish. He was our Costo professor. He taught me how to prep. When I was preparing for my class, my bench test last year, he lived 4 hours from me, from my place. I had no mentor except him. My chachu in Chicago, my dad virtually. Every weekend I used to travel 4 hours to him, show him the ground prep, class 2 cavities, and come back. Traveled for a month and a half. I traveled to Chicago, understand how to I showed him that virtually how to do it. But you understand how your resources get limited when you are across this institution. So when you are here, you're actually planning to go to DDS. Why not ask your professors and do that? Can you imagine how blessed you are that they can teach you ground preps class 2 while you are here? Because bench test, again I'm telling you why, dentistry is all practical. No matter you have an amazing application, amazing, because the first hurdle is to get a call from the university. Every single university will not call you. Every single, you'll probably get 3-4 calls after submitting an application. The problem begins after that. Bench test. If you're not having good entry skills, what do? Nothing. If you have spent thousands of dollars in preceptorship, MBA courses, this and that, whatnot, but your hand skills are not good, what do? You spend so much time and everything. You can't get dental skills overnight. Can you? No, right? You can't do that. So when you are here, don't cut cavities just for that, okay? This is the estimation. This is $13,000 you're looking at to spend for the exam. There are certain colleges, there are certain institutions, they can provide you loan. But again, you need to ask them. And it's a lot of credit history. So you have to look at all these factors as well. How are you going to sustain yourself? You have to ask yourself certain questions. You love this profession. That is the first question you ask. Are you willing to invest so many years in this profession? Because the only thing that kept me stable in this 7 years was my passion. If you don't have, think about it. See, I tell you what, people will say, look at me. Tell me one thing, how many times in 24 hours you spend on this? You think about others. You don't, because it's pretty problems. Right? So be very clear if you like this profession or not. Because you need a lot of commitment to this profession if you want to go abroad. The second thing is, can you step out of your comfort zone? That is the main thing. Some people complain because they need to leave abroad, so be very clear about it. The second thing is, can you do everything on your own? Because you have to do everything on your own. Every single thing, come what may, you have to do that. Okay? Second thing, can you survive Australia? There's so many factors I'm telling you, not because I had all these challenges, people have the challenges, and they're like, we're stuck now. People have to eat exam. You have to be patient. You need to ask these certain questions. Okay? And can you work as an assistant and blue collar jobs? This part is USA. The first thing you need to ask about USA is, do you have visitor visa? I don't want you to start preparing for exam and not have a visa. Because you cannot give exam while staying in India. You have to go to USA to give the exam. So many times I've heard situations that people clear exams, they go to visitor visa, they cannot get an exam, they're stuck. What next? You're stuck, can't give exam. So I would say, ask this question, do you have a visitor visa first? The second thing is, do you have a co-signer? Co-signer is a very big part. Because it's very difficult to get somebody to sign a loan. You're looking at a loan amount of $200,000 to $300,000. I would recommend if somebody is already thinking of going abroad, ask your family, friends, or have plan A, B, C, D, E, that if I become a dentist, can you sign my loan? Because situations happens, people spend years and years to get the final call, get admission, they don't have a co-signer. You're lost. Game over. So have this question in mind. Do you have that? Okay. What are previous? You have financial planning because I told you 7 years looks a small number, but you have to understand in mind there's a lot of financial investment happening in the long time. So the reason I told you about the money factor is because you need to calculate and see where it is all going to happen. So have all these things in mind. Canada, how do you plan to go? Work permit, student visa or PR. It's good to go on a PR because you can work 24/7. Student visa, work permit, it changes everything. Go to talk to immigration people and see how it works because life is not until you go there on student visa or work permit. It changes everything. The next thing is, do you have financial planning again? Because when you're preparing for exam, you're not working. So how are you going to pay the bills? Think about that. And then if you are here, you get your own thing, this goes along. And how you plan to work and study the same. That's certain question you need to understand because it's not about clearing exam, it's about living a life as well, right? Then what should I do? That's certain thing. Everybody has what should I do. So I'm going to tell you certain things that we can choose, okay? The first thing is define your destination and beginning. The first thing, spend 20-30 minutes a day. That's all I'm going to tell you. On things I'm going to tell you next. First thing, start typing. Every single day start typing, right from today. Because in TOEFL, you have to write writing exam as well. If you are good at typing, you'll get good scores in typing. Because if you're typing like that, you cannot check your writing and then you get your less score. So be very careful and I would recommend start typing even today. Spend 5 minutes. And no AI. I would not recommend you using ChatGPT on that stuff because at writing, there's no ChatGPT on writing the same way. Nobody will write the same way. And then once you get used to ChatGPT and all that AI stuff, you'll have issues while expressing yourself. You have to write dental notes also when you are over there. So have that mind open all the time. TOEFL, it's out of 30 each. People say 90 plus recommended, 100 plus recommended, but make sure you get 25 plus each in all of them. It is not about getting 100 plus. It is about getting 25 each in all of them. Because there are so many universities, they say 100 plus recommended score, 26, 26, 26, something like that. You can get 20, 20, and then 30, 30. But then you don't cross that category. Understand that? It has to be 25 plus each. Then course US or Canada or hygiene. You can think about hygiene programs. So think about that. There were certain students who don't end up clearing Canada exam, they start doing hygiene program. So you can think about those things as well. One thing I would recommend is try to learn French and Spanish. Capit's going to ask you how many languages do you know. That is one thing. But if you plan to go to USA, Spanish is the go-to. If you plan to go to Canada, learn French. You have Duolingo apps. See, right now you have an immense time in your hand. Spend 30 minutes a day and you will calculate. Because once you reach that point, you cannot go back and learn everything in one week. Just 30 minutes, it's not enough, not a single one. ICMR journal research, I already emphasized before, do that. It is very, very, very important. I can't stress it enough. Coursera, there are so many skills on Coursera. The reason I'm telling you this is because apart from dentistry, I have one skill in my hand. And every person of you is blessed with some skill. Because when I was there, I had another skill to sustain, right? So on Coursera, what I would do is, if you have a bunch of friends, instead of watching House or Friends or whatever, have a mindset. 1 month, you do this course, you teach me this course. Because when you go abroad or anywhere, you have so many skills in your hand. You have so much to offer. So can you imagine what all we do? And again, just 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Okay. Community camps. I already told that when you go to West Community Group, that will help you. I got a lot of transcripts from powerful universities because people told me you need transcript. You don't need that. So don't go to Freeport. All the transcripts are with me. Nobody else will. So don't do that process. So I got numerous transcripts every single year. Nobody else will. Last part is clear was needed, and then you need CE points for it. CE points, that you just go online and go for, there's so many websites online, start clicking CE points. Not like Punjab Dental points, CE points online, because they will ask you how many CE points do you have. And then there are certain universities, they want you to upload that CE points. And again, I'm telling you today is because once you start uploading Capit, the cycle has started for 3 months. You cannot get CE points just like that in 2 days. Then you're stuck. What to do? I wish somebody would have told me earlier. So collect CE points. Then what? Grounded class to require only 2 days to do that. Anyone take pictures of professional journey. Driving license. If somebody of you don't have driving license from India, get driving license. Telling you why. When you go to Canada, if you have a license, driving license extra, you can get 1 G exam straight away. There's so many. I've heard some people didn't have driving license and they have to go through the entire three process of getting the license. So get license if you want. Unemployment is very high in Canada right now. It's very difficult to get a job. Very difficult. So be prepared if you're thinking of Canada or West, whatever. Apply jobs in person. So many people I've seen, they go there, they start applying online jobs. No, you have to show your face. What is it between other people you meet? Step out, do that. Apply in-person jobs other than online jobs. And get it directly to so many people, MBS people, they think, and even I tried to go to a specialization course, it doesn't work like that. They say on the website, DDS or International Dentist Certified, but later on you find out they are accepting students only who graduate from their program. They spend so much money on that answer. Do not go. So think about that. They always prefer DDS student other than international graduates. I spend money on that because people do that. And the last thing is preparation for DDS. What do we do, sir? First thing is dental decks. Dental decks is a material that the NVD people have released on this. There are approximately just 1600 to 1700 flashcards. If you do the math, if you just do 3 decks, 3 flashcards a day, or maybe 5 flashcards a day, you can finish everything in 1 year. So when you're sitting in internship, just do 5 flashcards, 4 flashcards, don't take much time. And the most important subject is palm and opening. Every second, third question is going to ask you palm questions. So spend time on that. Just dental decks. There's so much material outside, but I'm telling you, if you do decks 4 times, I can bet you can clear the exam. I'm telling you honestly. I've told this to so many of my students, my juniors. It works just dental decks. The next is ASDA papers. ASDA paper is something that they released. There are probably 12 packets, 12 papers. Just do that thoroughly. Just do that thoroughly. It will be sorted. ASDA decks, your exam is clear. From my experience. But again, if you want to do the code, your call. There are dental Dr. Nancy videos. Do that when you are studying right now. Because you have time on your hand. In third year, there are just 3 subjects. Why not spend time and learn all these things? Because once you clear, there are so many things to happen. So focus on these things. Bench tests start today. Okay? This is very clear, very, very important. So just do that. And if you want to take bench test courses right after your internship, there are so many courses in Chandigarh or Stevens and all that stuff. I'm telling you why. Because don't wait for bench test all to come. Because then you cannot prepare in 2 months. But if you have already taken a bench test, start practicing every day. Once, let's say after internship, you take all these courses, you know what to do, then every day just cut one character. Just imagine a year or 2 years from now, how efficient you will be. Because you are doing exactly what they want. Because all these courses, they are teaching you what they want. So if you just do it right away, because I kept waiting, oh man, we'll see Jabaya, that's the wrong mindset. Just do that, it will help you a lot. And then get your SOP written by professionals, take on a purpose, get written from professional. And both are important. Already an interview. I did attend interview courses as well. What were the interview? I'm telling you, the best interview happens when you are honest and open. You are who you are. You are answering what you will answer to me when I'm talking to you in person. So just do that. I didn't spend money on interview also, how to prepare. Just be honest. Go like a Yajur Verma. It will work. But that's how I went this time. You have to be Yajur Verma mindset. Okay? And once that happens, the most important thing is patience. That is the key. And that's it. It's life. Everything will work out towards the end. One short story I'm going to end with, which will help you no matter what you do. DDS, MDS, BDS, then you wrap it up. Just listen to it and then you call it a day. There was a man, he had immense faith in God. Immense faith. Everything was going well in his life. Everything was sorted. One fine day, one fine moment in life, everything started turning down. He said, what's going on? So one day, before going to bed, he's like, God, can you tell me what to do, what not to do? Everything is so jumbled up. So he stepped. What appeared in his dream is like, it's very easy. I'm going to tell you 3 things. Listen to this very carefully. Get up in the morning, write all the problems you have in a bag, go to the top of the hill, there is a big tree, drop your bag there. Leave all the problems there. He's like, fair enough. God is like, that's life. There's always a break. You have to fix somebody's problem. It's like, okay. He's like, on the way back, there is a big house, a big mansion. There's a wise man there. He'll tell you how to live your life happily. And on the way back, you'll see a priest, just go and see him. He's like, okay. Gets up in the morning, write down all the problems. He goes to the top of the hill and he drops his bag. And he remembers that God told him to pick up another bag. So he finds the smallest bag possible. So when he looked at that bag, it just occurred to him, what if I'm going to die tomorrow? What if I'm going to have cancer tomorrow? What if this will happen tomorrow? After a few hours, what he did? He picked up his own bag. Because he understood, at least I know what my problems are. I do something with my life. At least I know what my problems are. That is one thing you need to understand. Everybody's problem is customized to you. So don't worry about it. Just go with the flow. The second thing, he went to the mansion, the wise man. He's like, I have my own problems. What do I do now? I'm not happy. What should I do? He says, it's very easy. I'll tell you what to do. So drop it back here. Go around the mansion and come back. He's like, okay. He said, buddy, when you go back, take this spoon, you're going to put some drop of oil and go around. So he comes back. The wise man asks him, so did you see the waterfall? He's like, no. He said, did you see the fountain? He said, no. Did you see the garden? He said, no. He said, well, keep the spoon, go back again and come back. So he comes back, he asks the same question. He's like, oh my God, that's amazing. He said, this is what the problem is. Everybody's focusing on the problem. He was focusing on the question on wrong. And he missed out all those things. Remember this, guys. Remember the story all the time. Why? Because you will face problem, you have to count the blessings. And the 5 best lessons you have to count is not just to begin with. You can see, you can speak, you have 2 hands, 2 legs to walk. You can hear, you can taste. You have an amazing family. You are in an institution. You are in a beautiful country. You are mentally stable. You are physically healthy. Can you beat any of these? Can you beat any of these? No. Because when tough big time happens, count up the blessings, because there are very few percentage of people in the world who have these blessings. So when you think about that, it will give you a solid view. And one thing is very important when you go to list. Mental health is very important. Be last thing what happens is when you go to the priest, he's like, okay, this is what's going to happen about this thing. Can you tell me what to do? He's like, I'm going to give you 2 lockets. That's the last part of the story. Open this locket when you have everything in your life. Open this locket when you reach even the lowest part of the life. So when he opens both the lockets, it says, this too shall pass. Remember this. No matter what happens in your life, good days, bad days, anxieties, just say, this too shall pass. So I'm going to end on this note, that this too shall pass. Everything will work out with you guys. Take whatever I told you, plan accordingly, and everything will be fine. Life is just like a raft, and once you get onto it, you just have to give up. No matter how similar you are, it can go whatever is planned for you. And just enjoy the journey, because it's not the destination that is important. It's not the journey that is important. It is the company that is important. You have an amazing friends right now. You have amazing people. Enjoy the journey, because you will reach destination on what way. Last but not the least, keep smiling. Wish you all the best. God bless you all. Take care.